It's 9:14 p.m. You're lying on your couch, half watching something you're not really watching, when an email notification lights up your phone. Subject line: acquisition has officially closed. Your stomach drops before you even open it. 18 hours earlier, your life looked nothing like this. A studio apartment with a mattress on the floor, a fridge with 3 things in it, and a 6 a.m. alarm for a job that's paid you in stock options for 4 years instead of a real salary. Stock you stopped believing was worth anything a long time ago. You open the email with shaking hands, a wire transfer confirmation. You check your bank account, then you check it again, then a third time because the number on the screen doesn't look real. $1,038,000. 4 years of believing in a company nobody else believed in just paid off all at once. You don't sleep that night. You lie there running numbers in your head that don't feel real. By sunrise, you've already decided one thing. You are never setting another alarm for that job again. Except now, it's not even a decision, because the acquisition means your role is being restructured anyway. For once, getting laid off feels like a gift. First call goes to Jay, your best friend since freshman year. You don't even get the full sentence out before he's screaming through the phone. That night, you and Jay sit on the hood of his beat-up car in an empty parking lot, and for 1 hour, you're just 2 kids who can't believe this is real. By day 3, the purchases start. New phone and new shoes. A flat-screen TV you didn't need but couldn't resist. Money that arrives all at once has a way of feeling like it isn't real money at all. By day 7, the group chat has exploded. People you haven't spoken to since high school are suddenly your biggest fans. Within a month, you've moved out of the studio and into a high-rise apartment with floor-to-ceiling windows. It's beautiful. It's empty. You don't know anyone in this building. You buy the car you always swore you'd own one day. Driving it home, you catch yourself smiling at red lights for no reason at all. Then your cousin Marcus texts you for the first time in 2 years. Bro, we should catch up. You haven't heard from him since your grandmother's funeral. You meet him for dinner at a restaurant he picked, one you couldn't have afforded a month ago. He doesn't ask how you're doing. He asks how much you actually walked away with, after taxes. You laugh it off. He doesn't laugh with you. Word keeps spreading. Strangers in line at the coffee shop suddenly know your name. Distant relatives find your number. Everyone, it seems, just wants to reconnect. Then mom calls, not to congratulate you again. She already did that. This time her voice is smaller. She's 3 months behind on the mortgage. You don't think twice. You pay it off in full the next morning. For the first time since the deal closed, the money feels like it's actually doing something good. Word travels fast in families. Within 2 weeks, an aunt needs just a small loan. A cousin needs help with a car repair. You keep saying yes. Then Marcus calls again. This time he has a business opportunity. A friend who flips real estate, guaranteed 40% returns in 6 months. He just needs you in for seed money. It sounds too good to be true, but Marcus is family. And family doesn't lie to family, right? You wire him $60,000. Jay notices the new car, the new apartment, the new friends showing up in your photos. He starts texting less. When you do hang out, something feels different between you. You tell yourself it's nothing. The truth is, you've become someone people want something from. And you're starting to wonder who actually just wants you. At a rooftop party thrown by one of your new friends, you meet Victor. Tailored suit, easy smile, a business card before you even finish shaking his hand. Victor manages money for people like you. He shows you numbers on his phone, returns that sound impossible. He says the fund is almost full, spots are limited. 2 weeks later, you transfer $200,000 into Victor's exclusive fund. He sends you a slick report. The number on the screen goes up every time you check it. Meanwhile, an envelope you've been avoiding finally catches up to you. The real tax bill on a stock payout this size. Between federal tax, state tax, and the chunk withheld at vesting, you find out the hard way that a windfall like this can lose close to a third of its value before you ever spend $1 of your own choosing. You do the math late that night. Taxes, mom's mortgage, the aunt, the cousin, Marcus's investment, Victor's fund, the new apartment, the car. On paper, you're already down to a fraction of what you started with. You tell yourself the investments will balance it out. Victor's numbers are still climbing. Marcus says the property deal is almost closed. You just have to be patient. For a few weeks, it almost feels like things are stabilizing. You cut back on spending. You start cooking at home again. Maybe you think you've actually figured this out. Then Marcus stops answering. Not just slow replies, nothing. You drive to his apartment. The new tenant says he moved out 3 weeks ago. You finally reach the property friend Marcus mentioned. He's never heard of any deal. There is no property. There never was. $60,000 gone, along with a cousin you'll probably never see again. A week later, Victor's number is disconnected. The slick reports stop coming. The exclusive fund website is gone like it never existed. $200,000 vanished into a name that was probably never real. You report it. The police take notes. They tell you gently that cases like this almost never get the money back. You already knew that. You just needed to hear someone else say it out loud. Jay finally texts. Just 3 words. You doing okay? You don't answer for 2 days. You don't know how to explain how someone can lose this much money and still feel like the stupid one. The apartment that once felt like proof you'd made it now just feels too big. You sit on the floor by the window, city lights spread out below you, and for the first time since the deal closed, you cry. By month 9, the math is brutal. Taxes, family, 2 stolen investments, and a lifestyle that crept up faster than you noticed. What's left isn't nothing, but it's a fraction of where you started, and it stings. An old coworker, someone you never lost touch with, sends you one message. Talk to Dana before you do anything else with what's left. You almost ignore it. You're glad you didn't. Dana doesn't promise you 40% returns. She asks for your bank statements, your tax documents, and an hour of brutal honesty. It's the least exciting financial meeting of your life, and the most useful. For the first time, you build an actual plan, an emergency fund, a diversified portfolio, and a hard rule. No more lending money you can't afford to never see again. The next call from a relative asking for just a little help gets a different answer. Not cold, just honest. You say no for the first time since the deal closed, and the world doesn't end. You sell the high-rise, not because you have to, because you finally know the difference between a place that feels safe and a place that just looked impressive. With Dana's help, you put a chunk of what's left into something real, a small stake in a local business you actually believe in, run by people you actually trust. Slow money, real money. Jay comes back into the picture, not because the money pulled him in, but because you finally have time again to just be 2 people who like the same dumb shows. 1 year after the email that changed everything, your bank account doesn't have 7 figures in it anymore, but it has something steadier than that. A number that grows a little every single month on its own without you panicking about it. Mom's house is paid off, and this time, when she calls, it's just to talk. Marcus never calls again. Some costs of that year never got refunded, and you've made peace with that. The small business you invested in just hired its 3rd employee. Every quarter, a little more comes back to you than you put in. It's not flashy. It's the closest thing you found to money that actually works for you instead of against you. If the deal happened again tomorrow, if somehow you walked away with it all over again, you know exactly what you'd do differently. Slower, quieter, with people who earn the trust instead of just asking for it. $1 million doesn't change who you are. It just removes every excuse you had for not finding out.
Hey, thank you for watching my videos. I really appreciate every one of you. I a couple days ago I got 1 more subscribers. Well, the main question I wanted to ask is should I use my own voice, or from now on should I just continue with the AI voice? And uh uh God, I'm really bad at this. Stay safe, I guess.